Alright, the topic of today is I'm too old for martial arts. I hear that a lot. I was just at the restaurant and the worker said that to me, and it just reminded me of what a lot of people say. Just want to talk about that topic. I think it's just a misconception of what real martial arts is in America. A lot of people think something is martial arts when it's not, and then they think that it's something that's not beneficial to them when it actually is. But I think the reason why people say that is because as you get older, you find less reason to fight. Younger people, children, teenagers, young adults, they fight over stupid things. They fight over ego, they fight over pride. Older people, more mature people, they fight less. They don't want to fight. They avoid fights. It gets more serious. As you're a child, you could get in a fight, and you might get suspended from school. You're not going to get arrested and put in jail because you're still a child. But once you turn 18, things become more serious. If you get in a fight, you could essentially get arrested. It could ruin your record and affect your future, and opportunities for employment, and just kind of ruin your life, ruin your reputation. So fighting as an adult is more serious, and you need to really figure out whether or not it's worth fighting. Adults are supposed to just basically fight, when they really have to, not for fun, not for ego, not for competition. It's just adults fight for survival. So I can understand why people would say that, because when they're older, they don't feel the need to fight, so that's why they would say, martial arts is, too old for that. Basically they're saying, I'm too old to fight, I don't need to fight. People that are older, they would typically be armed. If they're really concerned about their survival, they would get armed and make sure that they know how to use the gun and use that as a way of real self-defense. So that's how I see adults to be. They don't fight for pleasure, they don't fight for fun, they fight for survival, and that's why they would say martial arts is not for them. But the thing is, in my eyes, martial arts is not about fighting over ego and pride. It's about learning all aspects of combat, in addition to physical fitness development and spiritual development. Now, according to my definition of martial arts and my expression, martial arts is for older people. It's not really for younger people. It could be for younger people, but it's really more relevant for older people, because as you get older, it's even more important for you to stay fit, to exercise. So somebody cannot really say I'm too old to exercise, because the older you are, the more important exercise becomes, because your body is starting to deteriorate and you need to maintain your level of fitness in order to prolong your life. So in that respect, martial arts is extremely important for the fitness aspect. For the combative aspect, it might not be as necessary, and I can understand why people would not really be too drawn to that aspect, but it can be an artistic expression or an extension of the fitness training, or it could just be something that a person enjoys to do, like playing chess, or just a skillful game that they want to get good at. And then comes the spiritual. The spiritual is even more important as you get older. Children don't really find a need to go to church and learn much about meditation. They just live in the moment, they just have fun. But adults are heading towards death, and the older you get, when you go to church, you find a lot of old people. You don't find a bunch of young people. You find a lot of old people, because they're contemplating, their life purpose, and they want to prepare for death. So religion is for older people. Meditation is for older people, more mature people. So here you got two components that are designed for people that are older and more mature: the fitness and the spiritual and the meditation. And that just leaves the combat left, which is really, it's like a little interest for the, it's like a special interest that requires, that is required within the individual to head towards that path. But as far as spiritual and meditation and fitness is concerned, I see that that's necessary for everyone. Even if they don't like, the practice, they still need to do it because it's a part of their, it's healthy for them. People could not like to eat fruits and vegetables, but it's healthy for them. They should eat it. People could not like to exercise, which a lot of people don't like to exercise, but they really need to. It's important for them. And it's the same thing with religion, spirituality, and meditation. It's important for the person's inner development and inner growth. So according to my eyes, martial arts is for people that are older. It could be for people that are younger. The appealing aspect for the people that are younger is the combat. And the combat aspects gets them to want to exercise, and then it also eventually can open up the doors towards meditation and religion and spirituality for the later phases of their lives. But the way that I see it is that actually martial arts is, essentially it's for everybody, young and old, male and female. So that's my feedback on that statement, that I'm too old for martial arts.